Soul food is one to everybody's heart, especially a good soul food meal, just like the one that we're about to go experience right now. Kim, the owner at PHAT CATZ, has one of the best restaurants ever inside the city of Buffalo, and we're gonna take a tour, sit down and talk to her, how she started and what it's all about right now. Let's do it. So welcome to episode 3 of the best Buffalo restaurants. And this is probably the place I spent too much money, had my first bone crusher. Soul food is outstanding. And the first place I've ever had a lemon pepper fish. And it was amazing the first time. We are here with none other than PHAT CATZ owner, Kim Jones. Introduce yourself for the people who don't know you, which would be shocking, but some people don't know you out there.
Well, I'm Kim Jones, the owner and operator and chef here at PHAT CATZ Restaurant. And we specialize in soul food and other cuisines. We have other types of food also, not just soul food, but we do specialize in soul food.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, it was my first time here. I mean, the plate side. I think the plating, and how much food you get for the prices, you can't beat it. It's very hard to beat.
Yes.
Like ribs, chicken, the 10-piece, and a piece of fish at that.
Yes.
So what was it like growing up? Where'd you grow up at?
So,
and then what was it like? Was cooking always a thing? Was that your mother, your grandmother? Who taught you how to chef it up?
All right now, so it was about all of them. So yeah, so I grew up on a big family, so 9 kids. So I was the youngest girl of the family. So I'm always with mom cooking, side by side, you know, so that's how I learned how to cook. So with my grandmother, my mother-in-law, so they all play a special role in my cooking abilities.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
So who taught you how to make the mac and cheese? Because that's big. You know, we don't eat everybody mac daddy it ain't the best.
Right,
so who told you how to whip it up? Because that's probably, if not one of the best items on, besides the lemon pepper fish.
Everybody loved the mac and cheese. So that's definitely learned that from my mom though. Okay. Definitely.
So you have to get that to mom.
Yes.
All right, perfect. All right. So what is it like owning a business? I mean, a lot of people have the aspiration to do it or the inclination to do it. What is it like owning? Like, how does that fair play? When did you get the idea of you, your husband, and your other partner? So
okay. So just a little history on me and my family.
Okay.
We had family that migrated from down south many years ago. So my uncle name was Uncle Joe Howard. So he used to own Master Eating Lounge, 133 Club, the Birdcage.
Nice.
His aunt used to cook for him.
Okay.
So it kind of like trickled down in the family, so to speak. So, and I've cooked for my brother at his restaurant. So that's been many years.
Yes.
So this place came about and needed a lot of renovation and everything. And I'm coming in here the first time, it was all tore up and a mess. And my husband was like, well, I'm going to buy it for you. Yeah. Right? So, because he knew I wanted a restaurant, so he did. So this is, 2016. We bought it in 2015. We opened 2016. Wow. We renovated. We never did like formal advertisement. It took off.
Just word of mouth.
Took off. Word of mouth.
Look, food speaks for itself.
Yes. And we call it PHAT CATZ. Everybody know PHAT CATZ because they say the meals are fat. So because you get plentiful. So you got food for your meal, you got food for later on or the next day. So that's where we get PHAT CATZ from too.
Okay. I can eat and I've never finished one to this day. Yeah.
Wow.
Me and Tay used to split, like we could have split them. a long time ago, but she want hers, I want mine.
Right.
We don't want to have an argument over the food,
For sure.
So what's the inspiration for the menu? Now, we say you have other cuisines besides soul food. So what are those, just to start off, and then we'll get into the inspiration for the menu a little bit.
So, we want to feed everybody's soul.
Yes.
So when you look up like food and especially soul food, when somebody come on the east side of Buffalo, they want soul food.
True.
So they want some greens and macaroni cheese and some southern fried chicken. So we just put a little spin on them. But and then we have the other foods. We have special plates like pan-seared salmon over rice or pan-seared shrimp and catfish over rice. Other dishes that people want, little classier dishes. So we do serve those also. But the soul food is number one here. Definitely number one. So we want to feed your palate.
And that's
soul.
And that's an arrangement too, because that sounds like more of like a New Orleans dish with the pan-seared, the blackened salmon or catfish and shrimp. Like, so was that hey, we should try to introduce this? Was that inspiration? Maybe you went down south one day again, like, hey, back to your roots?
Actually, it was something that I did before, and I knew people like that because it's on like a healthier fare also. So
for sure.
So maybe you don't want the fried chicken. Maybe you just want something lighter.
Right.
So, and it's still delicious and tasty.
For sure. Yeah. And I mean, that's filling too. Nonetheless, salmon, you can only eat but so much of it after a certain point. Your stomach gonna hurt.
Exactly.
So that's beautiful. So we talked about you owning, operating a little bit in the beginning. What are some of the characteristics, or maybe there's a baby at home, she wants to, or he wants to become a chef one day.
Yeah,
what are some of the characteristics that you think you need to possess or develop to become a restaurant owner, especially the way you guys are thriving, the way you guys are?
Oh, absolutely. So you gotta love what you do. Understood. And you gotta love cooking, and you gotta be dedicated. You gotta be dedicated to this business. You're never off. You're never off. So that's number one. You got to keep in mind. You got to love the food. You got to be dedicated to the business. You got to work your own business. It's work, and it is what it is. So you got to have your heart in it. You really do.
Okay. Do you think, can you delegate some tasks? I know nothing about restaurants, but I know something about business. So delegating tasks, does that ease up on you a little bit? Like, do you have another manager that helps? How does that work?
So you can always get a manager. I'm here most of the time. Okay. So my husband helps out a lot. My sister Pam is here a lot, but I do have a team.
Right.
So I have delegations to my chefs, and I have my support staff. So, I mean, it takes a lot. So even, of course, with the pandemic and stuff, it's hard to find people to work.
Now hiring signs is everywhere.
Yeah. So hiring signs everywhere. There's jobs everywhere. Some for some reason, people just don't want to work. But the people that I have been with me a long time. They even worked through the pandemic, and so they're still here. That's amazing. So those are superstars in my eye.
They hard to let go there.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Even with the pandemic, a lot of businesses struggle, but you guys stayed open for majority of the time. Once you guys came back, it was like, I know the floodgates was open. Right. So first question, how do you see the restaurant industry changing? And then B, what did you guys do to really like survive the pandemic? Because a lot of people went down, but unfortunately they never came back. I mean, even some of the chain restaurants, like I remember Bonefish was closed down at one point. I don't know if they're back or not, but I know some people never bounced back, but you guys really thrived through. So how does that work? And then with the first question as well, as far as what do you guys see the restaurant industry really changing to right now? Is it just takeout? Do people still dine in? What are you guys thinking on that front?
Yeah, well, with the pandemic, we tripled sales.
Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing.
That's crazy.
It was amazing. For the 2 years, we stayed open the whole entire time.
Wow.
Customers came from everywhere. Yeah. I mean, all over Erie County, Wyoming County.
Really? Nah, that's
everywhere.
Crazy.
Even a couple times, we had people that travel from Maryland, and and we were closed, but we allowed some of them just to sit in the back because they traveled so far.
Understood.
Just because they wanted the experience. Yes. So I mean, we did very well through the pandemic. Okay. And so with the things changing now, gradually it's getting where it needs to be, but it's not there. Yeah. It's definitely not there. It's gonna take some time. The pandemic definitely affected, the restaurant industry in a whole lot of ways. Yes. Yeah, so you got to make changes. I mean, people struggle with money. So, you know, even during the pandemic, we had to come up with some different menu items. You know, we started doing family packs. And that's how that 10-piece and that 15 and that 20-piece of chicken came about. like, let's do something that these people can afford. And they still can have a plentiful amount of food to eat. So that kind of helped people a lot.
Yes, and it's a true home-cooked meal, too.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, ain't nothing worse than when you're hungry and you're tired. So people underestimate a good home cooked meal. And you can feel the love, the home cooked meal, that Southern cuisine. Even with the pan-seared, that's gonna be my next option. Salmon is my thing. So people underestimate what that food can do. For a lot of people, comfort food is why they call it that for a reason.
Absolutely.
So that's amazing. Triple in sales, especially during what we was considering a hard time. Like that's remarkable to say the least. So what is the next step for Phat Catz? Are you guys opening more locations? Are you guys going to start catering? People got weddings every day. So what do you guys think about on that front?
So we've been doing catering all along.
Okay.
So I do catering a lot. Matter of fact, it was a big, huge concert at the university.
Yes, Joe was there.
For the stars, for the entertainers.
Okay, I remember that.
Phat Catz did the food for the stars.
Word, I didn't know that. What?
Yeah, we just did a whole, 600 people for UB.
Wow, that's crazy.
With the students returning back to school, we did the diversity. So we did the soul food part.
I did not know that.
We catered that.
What?
So we
you
do a lot of catering.
More. I gotta start
and not only
more.
that, we got a facility. We're closed on some of the days. They can do private functions right here.
Okay.
Right here at Phat Catz. All they gotta do is contact me.
There you go.
And at Phat Catz, contact me. We can do bridal showers. We do repasts here. We do private dinners here. Whatever you want, we can do it right here on site. So yeah, look me up. Definitely Phat Catz.
There we go.
Something to come up. Yeah, we're looking into something pretty soon. So it may be a second location. Definitely a food truck is coming. Ooh. I can just tell you that. I'll share that one with you because I'm working on that.
Okay.
But you know, as like I said, things are tough right now. You know, it's getting people to work. I don't want to go too above my head, but I can get these things, but you need people to work them.
Understood. That's going to be huge too, because now you're mobile. You go on Phat Catz tour.
Hello.
All the events that's in Buffalo too, especially things like the Juneteenth. Like we have one, like the third largest in the whole nation. I never think about how small big Buffalo is, and we're a mid-sized city. We are the third largest Juneteenth, so that's crazy to think about. Especially to get you down to Elmwood Art Festival too.
I'm just excited because even just to get to Niagara Falls and just get to other people that don't want to come here in the city.
Rochester too.
Rochester
that's a short drive. That's a hop, skip, and a jump. So it's been a pleasure. I'm glad we got a chance to do it.
Exciting.
So I'm gonna pay some bills real quick.
All right.
So this video is sponsored by It's Cool Vision, who's Brian. He's the man behind the camera. Any advertisement, restaurants, reach outs, content creation, any video creation that you guys need, he is the man to talk to, and none other than myself. Anything real estate related, if you guys need anything, questions, comments, concerns, make sure you guys reach out to us and let us know who you guys want to see on the next video. We are here covering all things Buffalo, especially Buffalo's best restaurants. And I just want to thank you, Kim, for allowing us to come through.
And thank you as well.
Of course.
Awesome.
Of course.
So come on down to Phat Catz. You all know we got that best food here. Southern fish fry, chicken, ribs, you name it. We got it.
There we go. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.